just us leaving the skid mark. I'm looking at a queen and they shine like diamond. Dog pound and piccata. Let me remind you, I'm a biker with an attitude. BWA, I'm in the mud with it. She mobbing day. Ain't no limit, ain't no gimmicks. What I can do in a day. 20 plus with no fuss, I can do it today. We really pushing on them pedals, we can do it today. You know I'm racked up. When I put it on the road, you know I'm everywhere. Detroit to Toledo, Glass City cruisers, them 75 riders. Can't forget about them rats, touchdown to T-Town. I got nothing but love for peace riders, and you know that. I never been soft-spoken, bike life, know that. I'ma keep riding until I fall out riders. I got love for the bandits, the NEB. I'm the truth, cause I got that glow. I'm a thoroughbred, pushing on them pedals for show. You know I'm representing unity, can't forget the morning show.
Come on, crazy!
You know I had to do it, bro. This the roll call, I'ma do it big and better. Life behind bars brought us together.
I'ma hit 'em with the roll call.
It's a bike life roll call.
Bike life.
It's a bike life
I'ma hit 'em
roll
with
call.
the roll call.
It's a bike life roll call.
Bike life.
It's a bike life
I'ma hit
roll
'em with
call.
the roll call.
It's a bike life roll call.
Bike life.
It's a bike life
Roll
roll
up before
call.
the roll call.
It's a bike life roll call.
Bike life.
It's a bike life roll call.
When I dropped Volume 1, was waiting to hear the feedback. I got a lot of love from clubs and didn't expect that. From Cleveland Cruisers, 1-8 riders and D-back. The Syndicate, Rhythm Riders, and even Wolfpack. Punk head bullies, can't forget about the Middletons. Brothers of color, pedal up, yeah, we get it in. Banging the lane bangers. The Scorchers, Maserati, I'm riding 8 hangers. D-West, Night Riders, in D-Town. Just dipping riders, we riding all around town. The Chopper Dead Road, Crash James, and Mom Riders. Bulldog, Dead Gremlins, all our riders, exclusive. Can't forget about Wayne. I'm the bike life broadcast, say my name. I'm an easy rider.
It's a bike life roll
Chop
call.
Huey Customs.
It's a bike life roll call.
Chicago Tail Draggers.
It's a bike life roll
Hammer
call.
and Cycle.
It's a bike life roll call.
Bikes and Murder.
It's a bike life roll call.
Psycho Junkie.
It's a bike life roll call.
Keytown Riders.
It's a bike life roll call.
All right.
Just what? Don't press the button, nothing?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Remember, if your foot touches the ground, you lose. Okay, go. You lost.
Yeah, I figured that would happen. Oh.
You lost.
See, I was better that
Now,
time.
see, I told you you're going to have to get used to me saying you lost. You lost. Devin, 8 months, 5 minutes a day.
I know.
You lost. I had a guy try it for 2 hours. You lost. I'm tired of saying you're losing. You might as well give up, Devin. Devin, your brain will not adjust.
I know.
Now-
I watched the video. I'm aware. So today we're taking the Studebaker out for just a short ride around the neighborhood. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to start testing its range using mostly the electric just to see how far it can go. And so I'll tie in another video at the end of the ride and see what we did today. All right, so we went almost 3.5 miles just doing circles around the blocks and stuff. And the lights, they're saying it's about half full or on, but I don't know how accurate that is. So That's good test for today. 3.5-ish miles. That might mean that this thing can't really do like a second Saturday bike ride, but it would still be good for shows and or parades, I guess. Not that I was planning such things, but yeah. Next ride, we'll try for more like 5 miles, 6 miles, and see. Second Saturday bike rides are usually around 10 miles, give or take. So we'll see if it can go that high. And this was with me doing very, very little pedaling. This was me almost exclusively the electric. So if I'm pedaling, that would help. Camisweras.
Vegas strong, son.
What's up, what's up, what's up? And we're live. Welcome to the 87th episode of the Pedals Up podcast. My name is Tony Vegas, and this is my man,
Danny, son.
Yes, this is the first episode for 2022. Right? Yes.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is. We're here. One full year complete. Well, no, 1 full year completed.
Man, it seems like it was
seems like
just
forever.
last year I was talking to you.
God. Walk, 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 walk.
Yep.
Hey, shout out to this guy. He's got the greatest name that I've seen on YouTube. His name is No Identification Needed. That's a great name. It really says that. That's his name. So what's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing? Everybody's been I hope everybody had a good New Year's and a good holiday, a good Christmas, good Hanukkah. Today's Mexican. What is it? Today's Mexican. It's
Los Tres Magos?
Los Tres Magos today. So everybody, if you're Spanish, you all know about that. Happy Tres Magos Day. So I want to show you guys where we are live on. Want to show you all our locations where we're live on. We are on Facebook Live as you're watching us now. Also on YouTube Live. I sent the links out and put it on my personal page, and Danny put it on his personal page, and it's on the Pedals Up podcast. So you just click on the link, and it'll just go straight to the show. But yeah, that's where we're showing. We're on Facebook Live, YouTube, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcast, and we got Instagram also. So you guys got many choices and stuff for to listen to us and watch us. So
Yeah, man. And if you rocking with us, then you already know what's up. And if you're new, welcome.
Welcome.
And of course, a special thanks to our sponsors
Yes.
for making this possible.
Yes. So for 2022, we had to kind of revamp we revamped all the flyers. So it's been grueling, but we did it. So it's cool. So yeah, so we wanted to give a shout out to our first sponsor, Mr. Bassett. The Bassett's right there, just chilling there. Man, his bikes are so dope. So just wanted to give him a shout out. He's gonna be doing some special things coming up pretty soon. So I don't know if I can talk about them, but Bassett's coming out with some cool stuff. So stay tuned for that. All right. So thank you very much. And then also 619 Lowrider Bikes and Parts. Hey guys, if you guys want to contact them, you got to go to Anthony Garcia on Facebook, his personal page directly on Facebook. So just make sure that if you want to talk to him or ask him any questions about it, the 619 Facebook, right? 619 Lowrider Bikes and Parts Facebook is not working right now. So please just message him at Anthony Garcia, and you'll get the information for 619 Lowrider Bikes and Parts.
Yeah. Hey, so
Freaking hackers.
Hey, can you guys hear us and you guys can see us and all
You guys
that
can
stuff?
hear us?
We're good. Are you guys good? Just give us a yes. A yes.
I just
in
want
the
to make sure
comments.
that what you guys are hearing is correctly. Now what's next? Brad Marlin always doing cool things, riding cool bikes, doing cool things with turtles. As you can see right there with those nice boat shoes he's got. He's always coordinated. Brad's a cool dude, man. He's just always coordinated.
Those are the...
Yeah. Wake me up. The Carltons.
Yeah.
So yeah, so thank you very much, Brad Marlin, for being one of our sponsors and being a really cool guy and a good friend. All right, so let's see who else. We got Jimmy Peak. Look at the ass on that bike. Oh my guys, do you see the curvage on that bike? Damn. Little cheeks, big butt crack. You see that? Make sure to subscribe to Jimmy Peak's page on YouTube because he's got a great show. Great show. I haven't. Has he put anything else? I haven't seen anything the last 2 weeks.
I haven't got a notification.
I haven't got a notification, so I haven't seen anything new. But I have seen reruns. I have seen reruns on that. So yeah. So just wanted to give you guys give Jimmy Peak a shout out for being one of our sponsors and believing in us on our show.
Yes.
And who else is next?
And we got E3 School of Engraving. You guys follow him on Instagram and Facebook, and you guys will see all the cool stuff that he's doing with that school. All the good things that you can learn from that school, man. So give him a follow, a like, and a share, because I'm telling you guys, man, if you know anybody that could even, I'm telling you, they could kill it with this engraving stuff. So E3 School of Engraving.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And Danny is a graduate from that school, and he's got his engraving diploma. And he's doing some cool stuff. I saw the little guacamole that he has, the little green bike that he has. It's coming out dope. So be on the lookout for that. All right, who else?
Oh, Mr. HB Cruiser.
Yes, Mr. HB Cruiser. Look at that. They're so happy. I tried to find a happy picture with both of them on there.
Yeah,
so
that's a good one.
That's a good one with Jody right there. So.
And I see a lot of HB Cruisers right now, because I guess people have been posting, their projects that are coming up for 2022, and there's some HB Cruisers I'm excited to see. So, hurry up and buy.
Yeah, hurry up and buy.
I want to see, man. I want to see the stuff already.
All right. So who else we got? Oh, we got a new sponsor. Spokes for the folks. Yes. That's Mr. Brother Mac right there, starting off his new thing with doing custom bikes. Only because he's got a special style. He's been in the car game for a while, and then he jumped into the bike game, and
coming hard, son.
And it's a whole different ball game. So he's broadening his horizons and doing some custom bike things. So yeah, Spokes for the folks. If you want to check him out, they're on Instagram. So check it out, and you check out his bikes that he's got on there.
That's my fellow Gemini, bro.
Gemini's unite. Oh, activate. You guys say activate. Activate. All right, who else? Oh, we got a new sponsor. We got to get that sound effect, PJ. We got to get that sound effect. Coast to Coast Trophies. Yes, we are having them now as one of our sponsors for Pedals Up Podcast. So we are bringing back the Bike of the Week, and they make the best trophies out there by far. I almost knocked the headphones off my head because I was so excited.
Chops,
that's it. Coast to Coast Trophies make the baddest trophies out there for all of your guys' events. So if you guys want trophies for your bike shows or your pick of the bike or club pick or whatever like that, hit them up right there. There's the information. You got to go on Facebook. They do not have an Instagram, so you got to go on Facebook and talk to them right there and tell them Pedals Up Podcast sent you. So check them out. And what else we got? Damn, we got a new sponsor. Light me up. Yes, Miss Marissa Mays. She's an awesome person.
That's
with Sebastian.
Get
lit or get hit.
No.
Don't get hit.
Yeah.
So she came on also as a sponsor. We greatly appreciate all the sponsors we got. She came in at the very last moment. She said, "Can I get in?" We're like, "Yes, you can." And I got her into the show. So there they are, all our sponsors that we have, all our new sponsors that we have. So greatly greatly appreciate all you guys for believing in the show and believing in us. And so, we're gonna keep it rolling. So make sure to check the Instagram stories because they got magazine cover ads.
Man. So another cool thing that we got, always with the ride, son. So coming up in January 8th.
Thank you.
So
thank
January 8th. Out in downtown Glendale, Arizona, with the Coyotes.
Yes. Oh.
Yes.
No, it's not below me yet.
Okay.
Oh. Now
there
it is.
you go. All right. So yeah, Saturday, January 8th, meetup, free parking lot at Sunset, Myrtle Avenue, Glendale, Arizona. The ride, what did it say, will be a very casual road through downtown Glendale within a 5 block radius, and there's your stops. So again, man, this is Saturday, January 8th.
You know, and they're very organized, so it's going to be a good ride. They're very organized. So if you're out there and you want to go out there, go ahead and go because you're going to have a good time with them. All right. Who else we got?
And then this is Saturday, January 22nd, out in Yuma, Arizona. New Class Show and Shine fundraiser.
Shout out to Yuma.
Yeah, man. So it's going to be a good show. So if you're out there, if you can make it, Saturday, January 22nd from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And it's for a special cause as well. So free admission to the public, and then there's a bike ride immediately following after the award. So again, man, this is New Class Show and Shine fundraiser, and this is out in Yuma.
I'm going to try to go to this.
All right.
I'm going to try to go to this. All right, what else we got?
And then this is March 19th, BMX Show and Shine with Lake Havasu. So it's going to be some badass bikes out there, man.
Ooh. Man,
Yeah,
this,
so-
this is going to be... This is going to be a good one. I know we know it's in March, but yeah, we just put them in. So yeah, it's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, man. Gary Turner over here looking like mascaritas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And who else we got?
And then this is Margie's 50th birthday
Margie,
ride out.
you ain't 50, Margie.
And this
You ain't
is
50.
in February 2/19th. And it's a barbecue after the ride out in Porterville, California. Meeting up at 11, and the ride out is at 12 p.m. And again,
Margie,
man,
you
bring extra tubes and positive vibes. And shout out to Margie and her kids, man, representing that bike life out there, active.
Yes, Margie, you ain't 50. You ain't 50, girl. Stop lying. You don't look a day over 30, girl. You don't look a day over 30.
And then out in Vegas, Sunday, February 27th, the Artistic Cruisers 9th Annual Cruise down Las Vegas Boulevard. So that's always a good time. They're going to be meeting up, I believe, at Crank and Grind. Yeah, and taking off from there. So this is Sunday, February 27th, out in Vegas. And it's the 9th Annual Artistic Cruiser Ride.
This is a big ride, guys.
Yeah.
This is one of the biggest rides in Vegas that happens here once a year in Vegas. So Artistic Cruisers have been doing a good job in holding it down. They're one of the clubs out here in Vegas, so it's going to be a good size amount of people coming to this ride.
Oh, yeah.
So make sure to come down. Hey, and it's in our local town. We ain't got to go nowhere. All right, what's next?
And then this is Riders for Life Strip Cruise. This is January 16th, location Peppermill Backlot. Meet up at 11 and roll out at noon. And these are the low riders, the 20-inch, not just 20-inch, man, all of them, but they represent with the 20-inch low riders cruising down Las Vegas Boulevard. So, like we said, Saturday, January 16th, meeting behind the Peppermill Backlot. And again,
yes.
roll out at noon.
Let me see. What else? What else is next? Sorry, I'm trying to find.
Then out
my
in
flyers.
Yuma, Saturday, February 19th, the 20-inch Schwinn Bike Lollapalooza, meeting up in John Henry Memorial Park, Yuma, Arizona.
It's going to be all Schwinns?
No, it's just a 20-inch, but I mean, if you got, bring whatever 20-inch, I believe it is. So there's a link on the Facebook, the page with more information. But again, this is out in Yuma, Arizona, Saturday, February 19th.
Yes, y'all. Go Schwinning. Go Schwinning. Go
And
Schwinning.
this is January 8th.
Oh, Whispers.
Yeah.
Happy birthday, Whisper.
Yes, sir. And this is going to be...
Meet up at, what is it? Meet up at, I don't know that.
Kiwanis Park.
Kiwanis Park.
Yeah. 11 a.m. and kickstands up at 12:30. It's going to be celebrating his 45th birthday, man. And it's a ride, I guess it's Epilepsy Foundation ride.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so it's going to have a few stops and stuff. So, yeah, man, shout out to Brandon and happy birthday, man.
You ever seen him dance, gay?
Yeah, man.
Oh, dude, that guy
I
got
dig his
some moves.
music.
When
When I ride next to him, I'm like, yeah, son, when you get the jams. Yeah, he's good with the music. I like it.
So happy birthday to you, my friend. Happy birthday to you.
Yeah, he's always a cool guy. And then this one got moved. So Saturday, January 29th.
Yes.
Yeah. So this is the new date. So update. Again, this is out in Arizona, Tempe, Arizona. Meet up at 11. This is at Daly Park, Tempe, Arizona, and roll out at noon. Few stops, and then returning to the park for some bike life and barbecue music and plenty of drinks.
It's gonna be a good time over there.
Bring
I'm telling
some
you guys.
water.
Drink some water, eh? Just between beers.
Yeah. And then this one actually is getting moved. I know it was for the end of this month. I know people have been reaching out, but yes, it was. It has been moved. Yeah.
Hey, you know what? It's been moved. Okay. We already know what's going on. It's they're being precaution about it. A lot of it's been spiking over there in California, so they had to move it. They had to move it, and then they send out a message to the people they needed to talk to, and everybody came in agreement, and that's the date for that. But this is going to be a really big show, guys. So still, just because it's not happening this month in May, it's still going to be a really big show. So now it just gives more time to prepare for that.
Yep.
Prepare for that show, which is going to be good. So make sure you guys keep this on your calendar, because the full Pedals Up podcast crew is going to be over there and doing our thing out there too. So it's going to be really cool. So make sure to go to this and keep that on your calendar, because it's going to be a great show.
Yeah. Yep, and shout out to everyone that's making this happen.
Yes.
Because there's a lot of just to move the dates and all that stuff.
It's
like
a lot of work.
Yeah,
It's
man.
a lot
But
of
shout
work.
out to you guys for reaching out and doing your thing out there.
Yeah.
And then this is
The Dixon presents Saturday, March 26th, the 10th anniversary Arizona Super Show 2022. All right, guys, this is that big show, guys. This is that show that you got to come in there correct with your bikes. And there's going to be a car show. It's a car show. We talk about bikes. I'm sorry.
Register.
But make sure to register. This is going to be a really big show. For what I understand, a lot of the heavy hitters from Arizona are going there. Plus, you got a few guys from Vegas that are going out there. And not only that, you got the Chicago Brothers. If you guys haven't seen the Chicago Brothers bikes are going to be at this show. So you guys make sure to check that out, because you'll be blown away. You're going to be blown away when you see their bikes. So or everybody's bikes that are going to go there. So make sure that if you guys got your bikes, make sure to come correct, because no rusty bolts, no rusty nothing. These got to be pristine on this type of show. All right, what's next? And this is the what does that say at the top? The what? Glass Onion. The Glass Onion, Friday, February 7th, 8 p.m. to midnight. The Tavern. There's gonna be the group is going. There's gonna be a band out there. There's somebody that rides with us on Wednesday nights. Her name's Tammy, and her band, the Glass Onion, I believe, is going to have a live show tomorrow night. So if you guys are in the bike life community out here in Las Vegas, hey, go check it out. Tammy's a cool lady, man. She's a really cool lady. And so, and they got a whole complete band. So if you guys go check it out, tell Tony, say hi. She's cool. All right. Oh, yeah. OBC is officially happening, ladies and gentlemen. Just to let you know. If you didn't know, because you were sleeping under a rock, OBC is happening. You didn't know because you didn't watch the episode of Pedals Up Podcast when T-Flow said that. I don't know what you were doing with yourself when you didn't watch that episode. I don't know what you were doing with yourself. But we got the official date, April 6th through the 11th, 2022, Golden Nugget, Las Vegas, Nevada. Please, you guys, make sure to come. It's gonna go back to the Industrial Event Center. So for all you people who are saying it's too high, nobody can predict the weather. Okay, so whatever the weather is going to be that day, it's gonna be the weather that day. No complaining. You want to go complain? Go complain to the guy upstairs, because he's like, hey, you know what? Today is this type of day. So if you want a good day, just think about a good day. But it's going to happen. OBC is going to happen in Las Vegas. All right.
Then I got another one, but we'll post it up again next week. But this is a 2-day event on March 11th and 12th for Los Cyclists
Yes.
out in Yuma. But we'll post it next week so
Yes.
that way you guys can see. But yo,
We
back at it again with the bike of the week.
Oh
son.
yes, I miss doing the whole bike of the week thing. We miss it. I just wanted to give you guys. We're gonna do something for last year's bikes of the weeks. We actually kind of like stepped off from it because we just had so many things going on. But we have the support now, and we got things going on properly. So we revamped things on the show. We came up with new ideas for 2022. We're gonna try to stick to them and just be patient with us, and hopefully you guys get to do the bike of the week. You know, I'm gonna post a post for you guys to throw your bikes on there if you guys want to be part of the competition. The way it's gonna work, this thing is sponsored by Coast to Coast Trophies. So this is going to work is that 2 bikes. Danny's gonna pick 1 bike. I'm gonna pick 1 bike for 1 week, and then at the end of the month, we're gonna throw all the bikes that we pick for that month, and then we're just gonna have a battle out of that, and then the winner out of that gets to be put in a pot for the end of the year for the bike of the year. So there's gonna be 12 bikes at the end of the year. It's gonna be 12
Damn.
bikes at the end of the year, and it's gonna be a big trophy at the end of the year. And I think for the month, for the monthly winners of the bike of the week they're gonna get a nice size trophy for congratulations on that. But you guys are gonna be fighting for the big show,
Yes.
the big bike of the year. So it's gonna be a pretty cool thing. So
We want to see some nice pictures. So if you want to get put in that pot, son, we want to see some nice pictures.
Yeah.
Yo, so this week, I mean, I had to go with this one. I mean, I've been seeing this one.
Yes.
You know, here in person, a really beautiful bike. But I
Woo!
went with the Orange Crusher, son.
Oh, the Orange
HB
Crusher!
one-off, beautiful bike. When I saw it, I was like, "Yep, that's it right there.
And
That's the one."
That's the one, guy.
Yeah.
That's the one, guy. That's the one right there, guy. And if you can also see, spoke for the folks. That is one of our sponsors, also. But dude, you got to see the bike. Oh my
It's
gosh,
bad. It's
it is a badass bike.
Yeah.
Brother Mac is the one that owns that bike. He bought that bike at OBC.
Yeah.
Yeah, I walked in and said, "Hey man, you got to look at this bike." And he bought it at OBC from Robert. He built it. I helped also with it, some things on it too. But he is all for it on that bike. So it's when you get to see this bike, yeah, it's gonna
With the
be dope.
Tony Crow.
With the Tony Chrome, with the Tony Chrome. I don't care what anybody says. Yeah, you know, I make the Tony Chrome look Tony Chrome.
So, what you got, son?
All right, you know, I got someone from far away. But dude, as soon as I opened it, I was like, this is it. I didn't even look at anything because it was a pretty cool bike. It was different. I have never seen anything kind of like this one. It was pretty cool. So yeah.
That's a trike.
No, it's not a trike. It's a bike with 2 wheels in the back, but it's not extended. It's like they're close together. I can't read the name from here, but yeah, y'all no. I
Troy Tyler Bike Steel.
Yeah, I can't read it from here. That's why it's you know, I still gotta watch the screen. Over there it is. Troy Tyler Bike Steel right there.
Yeah, it's a trike.
No, it's not. It's not a trike. It's not a trike. It just has one axle, like one small axle, but both tires are just like together.
So
They're like, it's not really a trike. Is it really considered a
I
trike?
got 3 wheels, son.
Okay, well, okay, 3 wheels is a trike. Okay, fine, it's a trike. There you go, it's a trike, but it's a badass trike though. It is a badass trike. I'm just telling you right now. When all I did was just open. I was like, okay, I gotta look at bikes, and then boom, that was it just came out, and I was like, this thing is badass. I haven't seen anything like this. So, and then I looked at all those other bikes, and they were pretty cool. It's a trike. Okay, it's a trike.
It's hard. It's hard.
It's hard.
Yeah, it's
that's what it
bad.
is. It's pretty hard. So yeah, congratulations to you guys for being Bike of the Week. We you know, now you guys got like this little magazine looking cover thing. You know, it's you know, we're trying to make it special for if you're put on the show. If you're put on this show, we try to make it special. So you know, you guys can feel something, because this is special to us, and we want to share how special it is to you. So if you guys are building some badass bikes, show them, take some good pictures, Please take some good pictures. Danny, do you want to tell them how to take proper pictures?
Just sideways, with the sprocket out, the show side, so we can get it nice, and sideways with the camera sideways. That way you can get all the bike. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just with a nice background. Try not to choose a background same color as the bike. You know what I mean? I know a lot of you like the graffiti and all that stuff, but your bike the color gets lost. You know what I mean? Nice, landscape.
Nice
with the
landscape
beach
background.
or
Don't try to
desert.
don't try to like park it next to like all these things in the back, and you got this person standing in the background. No, none of that.
Yeah.
Do a nice clean picture. Take some time because this is yours for keep. We're gonna put this on the internet, so it's gonna be on the internet forever. So
Yeah,
if you
man.
want to make it look janky, it might not get picked, but if it does get picked, that's the picture you picked up. So just want to let you guys know.
All right, so quick
Yes.
commercial break, and then we're going to come back with a special guest.
Yes. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tony Vegas and my man
Danny's son.
from the Pedals Up Podcast. We just wanted to let you guys know that we got merchandise in. We got the merch in.
And so,
So we got girl cuts t-shirts. Bam, girl cut t-shirts, because y'all ladies always wanted shirts for you to fit you. And then we got the men's. Got the men's t-shirts, okay? And then also we got the hoodies. The hoodies, as you can see, that me and Danny's son and I are wearing them right now. So the hoodies are $35 and the t-shirts are $20, okay, plus shipping. All right. So if you link on to the Facebook page right here, you'll see. So go on the Facebook, okay, go on the Instagram, okay, and give us a message, and then shoot us the information what size you want, the address, and it's Pedals Up Podcast PayPal. So telling you, if you ain't got a Pedals Up shirt, you need to get a Pedals Up shirt, son.
Turn up my sound and let's get to tapping. Feel the wind, love bikes like I love rapping. I done jumped in the game, did a back bend, became a hot spot roller. Now I pedal up.
So
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
we're gonna have merch here. More merch, so it's gonna be cool. We're gonna have some other, exclusively nice, cool merch coming out too. But before we get to the guest, I wanted to give a shout out to Yuma Los Thursdays. They're right now at the Peter Piper Pizza parking lot, and they're watching right now. So I just wanted to give you guys a shout out. What up, everybody out there in
what
Yuma?
up, what
So
up?
what up? So, oh, hello, everybody. Okay, there we go. All right, guys.
Yo, man, so I was watching from afar, a fan, but we actually got to meet him in OBC, man.
Yes, we did.
Really cool guy. We've been trying to kind of get him on the show, and we were able to finally set a date. Out of town, and still was able to check in, teamed up with another Bike Life. We'll let you guys tell you where he's at right now. But yo, man, special guest tonight. We got Deven Seymour, the Alchemist, checking in with us tonight.
What's going on, senor?
How we doing, guys?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing all right.
So right now, man,
So-
he's still wearing his work clothes out of town. When we said this,
Yeah.
we had no idea that he was going to be out of town, man. But you teamed up. Let us know where you're at right now, man.
Yeah, so I'm a few hours away from home, staying here during the week, go home on the weekends, suddenly in San Jose. So I called up Amy Crashed, as I still call her. That's still how I still think of her. And asked if she had a Wi-Fi and the space available for me so I could still make this happen.
Nice.
And so
Yes.
thanks to her, it's her apartment in the background.
Shout out to Amy.
Yeah, shout out to Amy.
Wave the hand, Amy. There she is.
is.
One of the peeps from OBC right there. What's going on?
Yeah, man. So you on the road and stuff, and that's cool, man. But yeah, man, like I said, I've been watching you for a while now, and I am a fan of your bikes. I mean, you're pretty well rounded. You can pretty much, I think you can do anything. But you're a very talented guy, man. I consider you an artist, man. I mean, you got a lot of cool ideas out there. What got you into the bike, like kind of getting into, I guess, the fabrication of bikes?
Well, I was a steel worker in the Navy years ago, and so that's where I learned a lot of the welding and fabrication and stuff. But as far as turning that to bikes, I initially built a motorcycle, and the motorcycle in the end cost so much money and took like 5 years to do, and then it ended up selling for like less than all of my, even the parts I had in it. And so I was a bit frustrated with that. And one day, I don't know, I came across like the Nerve Cannibals or something at the time, 12
Yeah.
years ago. And those were the first like kind of custom-ish things I saw. And I
That thing is
thought,
so cool.
I bet I could do something cool. So that's what I started. I started first cutting and hacking, stretching existing bikes and stuff like that, like that scooter right there.
That thing is
Just
so cool.
took a girl's post-war frame, cut and hacked it, stretched it, turned it into a scooter, and then later started doing scratch-built stuff.
Is it?
Look at that thing. That thing is
That's
badass.
kind of like your guacamole.
Yeah, I love this bike.
Danny's got this green bike called it's actually called the Socrates, but he calls it the little guacamole, and it has a 26 in the back.
I heard you mention it earlier because you said he was doing some engraving on it.
Yeah. Oh, it looks cool. It looks cool. And Danny's a big dude riding this bike, and it looks it's a little different thing, but Danny rides it like a champ. That thing's
That was one of my issues. I love vintage bikes. I'm just too big for them.
Yeah.
So that's what started me on this kind of cutting and hacking and stretching vintage bikes like this one right here.
That one's cool.
So that I could kind of fit on it,
Yeah. And that's what I dig. Like a lot of people do the new bikes, but you kind of went with the rat rod, kind of the old school. But again, like this one right here, I mean, there was a video of you riding it, and I remember I saw it out here in OBC, so I can testify that he does ride this bike. But it's a really cool bike, man. It's just cool ideas.
That one is that donkey bike right there is awesome because I can throw it in the backseat of my car if I don't want to bring the bike hauler and still go rides, I went on a San Francisco ride in that thing.
Oh my
I soaked through my clothes, but I did it.
I remember when you brought that over here to OBC, and I was tripping out on that.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
That thing is badass.
That thing is crazy. And see, guys, and this is art. A lot of bikes may not be for everybody, but you can appreciate when somebody else does it. Me personally, I love rat rod stuff. But it can't stick to me because I'm more of the shiny and blah blah blah. But I love it and I appreciate it and I've worked on it. Like, oh, that bike's dope. Talk about that one real quick.
So yeah, like one of my favorite bikes that I think was ever built is the 1939 Shelby Airflow, and I think it's just gorgeous. But again, to buy one in decent conditions, like several grand now. Plus, it's too small for me because I'm a big guy. So I just started cutting and hacking and shaping frames. And then I built the tank from scratch and the rack. And I just made my own airflow that's stretched. It's got about 8 inches of stretch in it. And those bars, by the way, are Copeland's. Shout out, RIP to Adam. Those.
Oh, really? Wow.
I got those bars from him in a trade years ago and knew they were going to be for this build because I started parts for this years before I started the build.
No, you have really cool ideas. Even Jimmy Peek in here, all your bikes are cool ideas. And he also said, Dev, bad motherfucker. Bad MF. But we got our own podcast. Bad motherfucker.
Yeah, I really dig. That's what I'm saying. Like, this looks like something that would come off of the assembly line. Like the details that you do with it, all that stuff is real cool. And I mean, you do the leather work too, yeah, like leather work. And I saw that you kind of you have your own. You made a bracelet too, huh? Making jewelry and stuff, kind of branching out, doing your thing, man. That's really cool, man.
Yeah, that's part of the childhood of having ADHD, or at the time it was just called hyperactivity. They didn't have the initials yet, But so I kind of just do whatever my whimsy is calling to me, and that's why it's always kind of difficult when I do take customers, because it's like that's not as fun to me as working on my own stuff. So it's almost like, oh, this hobby's now become a job, So that's why I don't seek out customers at all anymore. But people that know me, if they say, hey, can you make this? Then I try to do that for them.
Gotcha. Yeah, because it does get overwhelming. It does get overwhelming, and how you said it does become. It feels like it will end up feeling like a job.
Yeah,
Because
like the hats, the helmets, the cowboy hat, the steel cap. Those I dig. Like you make all this stuff in your garage, or is that your work area?
Yeah. In fact, it wasn't even a garage; it was a carport, and so I walled it up and turned it into a garage,
okay. So
just to.
the school of Art Ramirez.
Yeah, man.
Outside in the carport, outside.
Got to deal with the weather, with all that stuff, man. When you're out there working,
Yeah, so it's enclosed now for the most part, other than the two big double doors. But but I mean, it is only the size of a one-car garage, so that's why I like the tank on that airflow. I mean, it looks good overall. I'm real proud of it. But when you look up close, there's some roughness there because I have the space for the proper sheet metal tooling. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I use a hammer and I beat it into shape or whatever. Come up with different methods. So, but I figure just like a real airflow, they're always a little bit dinged up when you restore them anyway. So it's all right.
But that's the thing, though. Like what I appreciate, though, like they're not gonna be always perfect. I mean, don't get me wrong. Some bikes are flawless because they put a lot of hours into it. But I kind of dig again because of the engraving stuff. Like I like to see little flaws because I'm like it lets you know that it's handmade, that somebody actually made it, that it wasn't like just a program in a machine. You know what I mean? So that's why I appreciate that stuff. I'm not that super picky about the details because again, like I know what it takes to put a lot of this stuff together, all the hours and stuff. So a lot of times I just want to get the final product.
Yeah. Oh, especially near the end, you're like, you gotta really stop yourself from rushing those last couple steps.
Yeah, because you're kind of seeing it, and you're like, oh man, yeah.
I've done that many a times, just building bikes. Like you start building it, and then you get a little bit of Mother Earth in you, and then you start really creative, and then the bike can come apart and get put back together, and come apart and put back together, and then when you're about to walk out the garage door, before you turn off the light, you're still looking at the bike, and it's like you look at the time, and then you try to round it off to the nearest hour. It's like, oh, it's only 10 minutes. Yeah, I got 10 minutes. I'll work on it for 10 more minutes. It just doesn't.
Well, like you're saying with the mock-up, I'll tell you part of the reason why so many of my bikes are bare metal is because once I finally got them together and rideable, I just don't want to take them back apart and disassemble them to finish them.
He's like, they're there. Yeah. He's like, I'll paint it when I'll paint it.
So I just put a little boiled linseed oil on there and say bare metal's good enough.
Yeah, but that looks cool though. Like even that like takes effort to make them. You know what I mean? Give it that look too though. That classic rod kind of look to it too. It's kind of like you. I don't know. It's kind of that. To me, when I see that, I'm like, oh, I know that's your kind of style now. If that makes, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of watching your bikes. The one that was cool too was the blue. The one that he had like a side by side.
That's the one I met him and his wife on. Shout out to your wife also. You and her make like the greatest couple because you guys both have this style that it just works. Like it's just like it's really cool.
This right
that
here.
That styling, yeah. That one right there. And talk to us about that. I know about that when you told me, but talk about it.
Yeah. So, we go on these big rides, of course, and Christine, my wife, she was always complaining that people will come up and talk to me about my latest build or whatever, or, hey, I got an idea, bounce stuff off. And she ends up like, we'll get separated in these big rides with several hundred people. So she was always complaining, I'm there to ride with you. I want to ride with you. So that's what I did. I made that social tandem so that she's always right beside me in these big group rides.
Oh, that's so cool. And if you guys really pay attention to it, do you guys see let's see if anybody notices the difference between both bikes. We'll wait. All right, that's enough. Anyways, there's a guy's bike and there's a man's bike and a lady's bike. If you guys really look at it. And when he told me that, I was like, no way.
But they don't make this style frame. So you even converted the frame to a step through, huh?
Yeah, yeah. So I bought the two Bassmans, and I made
They're
mine into a
Bassmans?
straight bar in the
Yep.
middle. Yeah, they're the
Wow.
Bassman, the Rough Cycles Bassmans. Yeah,
Wow.
and so I converted mine to a straight bar because that just had a little bit more classic look to me than the curved mid tube that those have, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, then I converted hers into a girl's bike, just a step through. And I even made sure rather than I think Bass himself made three lady Bassmans, but they just curve in the one direction down low. So I made sure to make mine kind of more vintagey looking, so it curves and then it's a compound curve, so that it curves back up.
Wow. What is the oldest bike that you have?
I used to have a 1915 Ray Cycle, um, who's the company that later made Excelsior motorcycles. I used to have one of those. I gave it up in a trade, so I don't know. One of my vintage bikes from the 40s is probably the oldest I've got right now.
You know what's cool about your bikes, and what's
There's the
cool?
bracelet you were talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bracelet's cool. But yeah, all kinds of cool stuff he makes. But like what I was gonna say is that the cool thing about the bikes that you make and the bikes that people are making nowadays is like I asked you what's the oldest bike that you have? You have one that right now is like 1940, you said something 1940, correct?
Yeah,
So if you
somewhere
really
around
think,
there.
yeah, somewhere around there. If you really think about it, you're a bike builder and you're making these bikes. You're like at that time. It's like, remember 60 years ago or 80 years ago, this bike you made something that's gonna last for a very long time. Bike builders are making bikes like Jimmy, Robert, all Stilo, all these guys, all you guys that are making, you guys are making these bikes that are gonna last forever, and they're gonna be sought after at one point in time 60 years from now. And it's a cool thing because you're looking at bikes that are 1940, 1950. That's a long time ago. Nobody knows anybody who built those. We just know a company built those in Germany here or whatever. But you guys are like we are building bikes that are gonna last a lifetime, and we're at that stage. It's like, man, everyone's building history.
In the comments here, I
That's a
keep
really
saying,
interesting point, Tony.
It,
I never kind of think about the legacy of it, and also thinking about that, like, I mean, 1940. That's what, 70 years ago plus, or no,
80
80,
years, 80
almost
years.
80 years ago. So 80 years from now, what are people going to think of some of these things I built? Or
Dude,
like you said,
think
like
about it?
Jimmy.
Think about it. Can you imagine when they look at your Studebaker car bike? It's like, what the hell was this guy thinking? And it's only one. It's like a Picasso. At that time, from here on out, 60 years from now, everyone's bike from here right now. I'm telling you guys right
so,
now,
so like with
it's
this one, like
history.
if somebody finds this one, they're gonna be like,
It's
"What
history.
in the hell?"
That's history. You guys are building history. You guys are building bikes that are gonna be here long before. Just they're never gonna go away.
That's why Mike was talking about a museum, and that's why I was like, that would be the perfect thing for a lot of these bikes would be a museum, because like
I'm telling
this
you.
is badass, man. Like bikes are, they've gone to a whole new level because of like the bike culture now, because the people that, like yourself, that are doing things like this, thinking outside the box. That like, yeah, you're doing it for your reasons, and like how
Yeah.
Tony just kind of just I guess broke it down or made it seem that much bigger. But
It's big.
that's the thing that we've been like. That's why we try to get a lot of builders on here, because we see that. Like that's the stuff that we appreciate. Like this stuff is gonna end up somewhere. Like I know, again, for you, it's probably just like, well, it was just an idea you had in your head, or because you maybe don't want to watch TV or don't wanna, and this is what keeps you busy. You know what I'm saying? So I
Right.
understand that, and that was you. That was your day, but. This is the thing, is like this stuff is out there for forever now,
Yeah,
kind
man.
of, you know what I mean?
It's forever.
As long as people keep them,
Keep 'em
going, yeah.
because look at these old things. Like go ahead and show them, P. Look at these bikes. Okay, yeah, they were an old bike. Look at this wagon. This was made a long time ago. and we're in 2022. Right now, we're saying this shit's cool. Like it's you. Somebody made that. He made this. So from here on out, he reinvented it. He made something cool out of it. So 60 years, 80 years from now, these things are going to be so much cooler, and everybody that's building bikes are going to be so much cooler.
That one right there I made was actually designed by Spin from the Jersey Devils, BC. And he basically sent me a full-size piece of paper with it drawn out as a template and had me build it and mail it back to him.
Wow.
So he saw something in my builds that he, even though we're on separate coasts, it was worth it to him to mail me the stuff, have me build it, and pay the shipping to ship it back to him, because he wanted that frame with that kind of 60s style. That's not my normal style, but it's him, and I was inspired by his drawing, you know.
And that's cool. I mean, you took that and you created a piece of history. You created something, and then like you know when you made that stuff, you know the story, you know what you had to do, from the smallest nut that you put on there to the tire the last tire you put on there. It's just like everything has a story when you put things together. It's like when you misplace a screw, and then it's like, oh my gosh, I remember this nut right here because I was looking for it. I was looking for the screw, and I looked everywhere, and it was just like right there.
I see in the comments Jimmy Peak over here all excited about the bed frame bike. I don't know if we have pictures of that one, but I guess talk about the bed frame. So yeah.
So I don't know if you will, because that's kind of the bike that broke me on the scene. Like
I saw the chair one.
12 years ago.
Yeah.
I took a metal headboard from like a queen size bed or something.
Yeah.
You know, like that kind of ornate metal or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I made it into a stretch bicycle, and the whole thing was like, you know, it was just like weld on a Huffy rear end and like this and that, and I took it to a bike show not knowing anybody. I took it to Cycle Fest. Didn't know any of the Cycle Fest people yet. Didn't know Ted, didn't know Jimmy, and none of them, you know, and that just exploded. It got a lot of attention. That's when people started. I had been building for like a year or so at that point, or fabricating, I mean, but that was when kind of everybody finally started to notice me. I mean, I even made it on the local Sacramento news with that bed frame bike.
That's cool,
yeah.
Man. And you got both Ted and Jimmy in on the chat room right now, man. So that's pretty cool. Shout out to both of these guys too, man.
Yes, sir. But dude, I just thought of that, like just thinking of it, just made it more vivid by looking at your bikes. It made it just everything a lot more vivid. And
right
there it is.
Is that it?
Is that it?
Damn.
Yeah.
That's a bed frame?
Yeah.
It is tight.
All right,
Shout
I'm
out
done.
to PJ for doing digging
Shout out
up.
to PJ for hooking that up.
Yo,
Goodness
that's tight.
gracious, guys.
How long was that bike?
Long.
Long.
I still have it technically. It's disassembled in the corner of my shop 12 years later. I still have it.
Oh my gosh. Hey, yeah.
And it was funny, at the
you
time
bring it
I
back.
put it up for sale for like $150 and no one would buy it.
Oh! Y'all missing out, guy. Y'all missing out.
That's cool.
It's a cool bike, man. That is definitely a really, really cool bike.
But again, it's something that for you, you're like, oh, just some Huffy. These guys are super excited over something like that because, again, it motivates other bike builders, other artists out there that are like, hey, that's pretty cool. I you know, like it's one of those. I wish I would have thought of that kind of thing when you see some of these bikes, you know. But you have a good eye for like the curves and just everything. I dig them. That's what I'm saying. I really dig it, and I appreciate that you came on this the podcast. And again, man, thank you for how you were able to team up with Amy and all that stuff, man. That's really cool because I mean we met at OBC. You were a really cool guy, and we're like, man, we definitely got to get him on the podcast, man. Because
yeah, I appreciate your guys' words too. You know, I especially like you're saying the flow. That's important to me,
Yeah.
and I feel that's almost more like a West Coast versus East Coast thing. The Florida builders, they like the jagged, pointy stuff, and I like the flow. I like smooth. And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of my designs are kind of simple because I want it flowing to the
Yeah.
eye, you know.
Yeah.
Because when I like a bike, I don't like bulk. I don't like bulky. I don't like gigantic bars. Me, this is me. I don't like. I don't. I'm not. I am not a square tube guy. I like round tube, and it just has to have really nice lines. When I for my personal bikes, that's what I like. I can admire other people's work all day long because it's cool. But for my liking, I like them a certain way and a certain sleek way that I like my bikes, And when you start in this bike game, and there's levels to the whole thing, and then when you get to start getting into the big shows and winning awards and stuff like that, and you start knowing all the who and the ha's of the guys that actually build these bikes, you start understanding what exactly you want. You start
Yeah.
you start
Oh,
really
definitely.
paying attention, understanding you want, because you can have a bunch of people that can build frames, 100%, but there's only specific ones that you're like, that guy, I would love a bike from him, or that guy I would like from Alchemist, I would love a bike from him. It's like there's certain people, because there's guys that a lot of welders can say, oh, I can build a bike, I can do this and this and that. Well, go ahead. And then when they do, it's not as easy as they thought it was, because they may be able to weld, but they're not. There's nothing flowing to it. They can be a bad artist. You see what I'm saying? Like, they can be a bad artist, and
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
looks bulky. It's like, okay, you welded it. You're a welder. You built it, but it's not. There's not a flow to it.
But the thing is, though, like it steps to it
The
process,
steps is
because
process.
a lot of
Yeah.
times when I look at a bike, I don't look at it like, oh, like if that was my bike. I go in with an open mind and just
Mhm.
appreciate what I'm looking at, like not thinking like, would I own it? I just look at them. I'm like, all right, this is bad. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? And then you can see other bikes that mimic sort of certain styles, but that's the thing, is like when something comes out that's really cool, it inspires a lot of people, and sometimes they might bite the style, they might, but it's kind of to me, I'm like, it's just kind of showing like, hey, people dig your style, they want to
Mhm.
copy that, and it's hard to sometimes copy that exact same style or get with an artist. You know what I'm saying? And but I really think that you're probably one of those guys that really motivates other builders, really, with your style, with your, because you're an artist, kind. You know what I mean? Like I look at it
He
like
is
with,
an artist.
like
That's what I
say
put on the
say I'll,
flyer.
I'll give you a perfect
That's what I
example.
put
Me
on the
with the
flyer.
engraving, I have all the tools I can do. I have everything, and I'm ready. But when it comes to the artistic part of it, I'm like, because I'm not that good at drawing. I'm not that good of, so I can respect the same when I look at these bikes. I'm like, yo, some guys just have that touch. You know what I mean? They have it, and I think you're one of those guys that has that touch that really motivates other bike builders. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can see from the comments in the chat room that a lot of these guys respect you, and see you in that form. I know a lot of times to you don't do it for that reason. You just need to get it out of you. I understand that part. You're just
Yeah,
doing it
exactly.
because you have to for yourself. You're not, you know what I mean? You're not. I can tell with these bikes, you do it because you want to. You know what I'm saying? And that's a beautiful thing, that you're able to express this whatever into a bike, or into jewelry, or into whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Because it does inspire people.
The
It
hat.
really does.
I
You
want
know?
that. I want that hat.
Yeah.
I appreciate those words. I really do. Because because of like how you said, because of I treat it like writable art,
Mhm.
and I mean, I obviously I want it to be writable, but I don't worry so much about like, oh, let me make it shiny for this show, or let me go for this trophy. I don't think like that.
Yeah.
I'm just like you said. I've got notebooks full of drawings of bikes, some of which will never be built, and it's like I'll flip through and I'll go, this is the one I'm going to start working on this, or but I do get inspired from other people. I certainly do, and I've seen builders that take little bits of mine and stuff, but I take that from them too. So
Yeah.
as long as you don't copy someone directly their
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
frame
Yeah.
or
Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
there's
But you can
plenty of
go, oh
inspiration.
man, I like how they did that little kickstand bit, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to keep that in mind.
Yeah. Because it's a push-pull system. You see something, and it's like, hey, that's pretty cool. I want to try that. And again, like, you see something, and I want to try that. But you guys add your own little style to it and make it you guys, and that's what I appreciate.
That's cool. That's cool that you got a book with a bunch of drawings, and you said how
Hold
you
on.
said that.
Is he up?
Can you hear?
Are you good?
Are you good?
My battery or my computer's saying battery is low, so I thought it was plugged in, but
How much battery you got?
all right, we're back plugged in.
Okay, cool,
cool.
cool. But like I was
I
saying,
think the surge protector went out.
oh, but like I was saying, it's cool that like you said that you have a book and you have drawings in there, and there's bikes in there that's never gonna get built, like you just said. So, how I said earlier before, you're building history, and then when somebody gets a hold of that book, because once it's drawn, it's there forever. It's not gonna go in unless somebody throws it away or burns it. Okay, but it's a book of a particular builder that made all these and has a bunch of other bikes that he made. But you have a book, so like I was saying earlier, it's like if these bikes 50, 60 years from now, if that book is still around on that, can you imagine the mind of that person from now is gonna be like, wow, what is this? Like, this is all old school stuff compared to what they're gonna be riding flying bikes and stuff right at that time. You know what I mean? But it is if everybody who's watching can really think of that process of how all this stuff is like, whatever bikes you guys are building a piece of history. Because once you're gone, that bike keeps on going. It's going to get passed on from one person to the other person. You've seen all these old-timer bikes with, like, rusty tires still on it. The original tires from, like, 1940 or whatever. Our bikes are going to be like that.
Then you'll have the alchemist from the future and be like, yo, I want to add my own little
Yeah,
touch
right?
to it. So that's cool.
So it is a really cool idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, watch. Y'all going to be thinking about this.
Hey man, is there any shout outs that you want to give? You know what I mean? Because I know you're in the bike scene as well, and yeah, man.
You want to get shout outs?
Other than we give a shout out to my wife Christine earlier. She did say she's gonna tune in, so she's watching. So
Hi.
I appreciate that she's taking the time to watch it. Like, she likes the rides. The scene isn't always sent. She's just like, I want to ride.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that she's watching now is I appreciate it.
I get it, man.
But,
I get it.
Yeah,
It's
like
good.
she's got a patch or something that says like, are we gonna F around all day, or are we gonna ride or something?
Yeah.
Just 'cause she's like, that's
that's
what
the
she's
patch
there to do.
I bet you that's the patch Jimmy said. He's got the greatest patch ever. Are we gonna sit? Now I know what it is. I think that probably is the one. Is that the one, Jimmy? Give me a thumbs up if that's the one.
But yeah, that's cool, man. Having your your partners support is very important. And that's really cool that you guys can share this, and that you know what I mean. Like, yeah, it's cool to have a team like that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely cool.
Yeah, and she's she supports me in little as Alchemist. Of course, she supports me as her husband all the
Yes,
time.
yeah.
But like Alchemist, she'll do little things like she went ahead and made herself an Alchemist cut for the rides, and that was cool. 'Cause she didn't have to do
She
that.
looks like a talented woman that'd be like, you know what, we're gonna be dressed correct.
Yeah, cause I see you guys dress up. Yeah, they got the old school or old. I'm not gonna say old school, cause that's beyond old school stuff. That's the old
That's that
fashioned.
Cool, that's that cool style. It's like kind of
Yeah,
rockabilly style.
yes, she kind of likes the pinup style a little bit, and like when we got married, man, she was wearing a swing dress and I was in a zoot suit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
And we had our
awesome.
first dance. Our first dance was a swing dance. We had a 40s themed wedding. Yeah.
Oh my
Hey, that's
gosh.
cool, man.
That is really cool. But like I said, man, that your wife's I can tell that from the time I saw her that when you guys were riding the tandem bike, the double bike.
Yeah, the social tandem. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was like, you guys look good together. It's like the part, the fit's right. The fit is right.
I think she inspires that in me. Otherwise, I would mostly just be dressed in grubby work clothes, I think. You know?
Keep doing your thing, girl. Keep doing your thing. Dress him up still. Any other shout-outs that you want to give out?
You know, no, I'm cool. Otherwise, the one thing I try to do in this scene is when I respect a builder, I make sure to go up and tell them that. So, like a lot of these builders, like I'll say this: last OBC was the first time where I really got to, when I met you guys that same day. It's when I really finally got to sit down and talk with Stylo, you know, Aaron.
Oh, Stilo Custom, yeah, Stilo.
Stilo, yeah. So we had bumped into each other, of course, in social media and stuff, and of course I knew his work and vice versa. But that was, I think, OBC was really the first time that we got to get to know each other a little bit. So I love that.
Good guy.
I love that.
That's cool, man.
You know,
yeah.
He's a good guy. Good guy. Great builds.
There's always the people in the scene that always make me feel really welcome, even as, like you said, I'm almost like a scrap metal artist that just also builds bikes, and so I don't always feel like I'm necessarily in the center of the custom bike scene. So that's why it's heartwarming to see like I'll read more through the comments and stuff later, but I appreciate
we're letting
that.
You know, you're a big deal.
Yeah,
You're
man.
a big deal.
Yeah.
You're an artist. You're
Yeah.
a big deal. In our eyes, in our Pedals Up podcast crew, in our eyes, you're a big deal.
Yeah.
You're a big deal.
I appreciate that. I'm sorry I didn't wear one of my steel baseball caps.
Again, man, thank you for just coming on, man. Again, being on the road and all that stuff. We really do appreciate that you took time to do this, man. Because again, man, you know, we've had people ask, you know, to bring you on as well. So that's why I'm like, cool, man. Like, we'll definitely make this happen. Because again, man, you are one of those guys that inspires others, and you know, it's all, you'll see it in the chats later.
Yeah, you'll see
Yeah,
it.
man.
You'll see it in the chats later. If they want
Yeah,
to see
I
your
appreciate.
if they want to see your work, and stuff, where do they find you? Where can they find you?
The Instagram of Alchemist Custom Bicycles, of course, is the biggest. That gets the most traffic and everything. I do have a YouTube channel, although I post pretty infrequently on it. One of my things, I'm going to try this year to post more and see if I can make that grow a little bit more.
We encourage that. We want that.
Yeah.
We need that. We need that. We need that. We got any builders that can do this kind of stuff. We need it. We need to change the stuff that we're watching of all the other kind of stuff, and we need to watch things that we love. I am sure, and I'm willing to put anything down on it, that if you start putting videos out like the way Jimmy is doing now, and Chris Burke is doing, you're gonna do very, very well on doing that. You're gonna have people that are gonna really tune in, because you're the rat rod style, the old school style, the cutting up, the chopping up stuff. There is a lot of people out there that like that, and I'm sure, I'm almost positive that you are gonna do very well on that. So I encourage that in you.
Yeah, and
like,
that way
a lot.
too. So kids that are watching, shout out to Zoe.
Zoe.
But you
Hi,
know,
Zoe.
people that watch, like little kids, they're gonna be like, yo, like you know, it'll motivate them too to see that kind of stuff. And we need to put that more of that out there, because it's kind of a lost art. You know what I mean? Not a lot of people, they're going more the digital, the whole, you know, trying to create other stuff. And I'm like, no, man, we still need this stuff that we can appreciate in person.
That's actually one of the things I like about Instagram is I've found a lot of cool. I follow a lot of leather workers and in, you know, even engravers, pinstripers. Like it seems to be in Instagram, I'm seeing a resurgence of like a lot of this stuff that's being done by hand. I like all that.
And that's why we tell people, because a lot of the people that do that stuff is like, I'm not very active on social media. We understand that, but it does help and it does motivate others. That's why it's important to put that stuff out there. Doesn't have to be
Yeah,
every
no,
day, every week. It doesn't have to be because you're trying to create a following. It just because again, like how you said, like you came upon that and it's like, hey, that's really cool and you can appreciate that stuff because there's others that will really appreciate that stuff. So I know I'm not that kind of guy. A lot we get that a lot from a lot of people that are very artistic that are into that, and I get it because there's a lot of hours that are put into just living your regular life and then trying to do whatever it is that you do. It takes up all of your time, and I get that. And especially when you're married or you have another or kids, or you have to balance all that stuff out as well. So it's a hard life for an artist. You know what I mean? I understand that, but social media is what keeps us all connected, and that's why it's very important that we post this kind of stuff. Don't have to have a big explanation or anything behind it, but a picture says a million words. Yeah.
But I encourage you, man. I really hope that you just think about it, and if it's for you, then it's for you. If
And
you'll
look at
know,
it
you'll know,
in the chat.
you'll know.
In the chat right here, wife even posted the Instagram link. So if you're not following him, there is the link
There is the
there.
link.
So
Good
that's
job, Christine.
yeah.
See?
Yep. You got and right there, Kuya. You see, man, you got people that really support you, that are putting it out
It
there.
can
So,
happen, my
yeah,
friend.
man. Let's follow him, and I'm telling you, man. Thank you for coming on, man. Thank you. We really do appreciate
Yes,
it.
we do. And if you need any,
Thank you guys.
any tips or anything that you want to ask us to help you out on that, we will gladly, tell you this and that, blah blah blah, how to do certain things. I'm sure Jimmy will give you some tips also. So I mean, this is love, man. This is family. So if you're a bike brother now, so it's like, go do your thing, man. We support you. Go do your thing. Hey,
Or
man.
don't
Yeah. If you
stop.
don't do it, then you don't know. If you don't do it, you don't know.
And then we'll see where it is. These things are in 80 years, right?
Yes. Yes.
I
yes.
I blew my own mind, God.
Yeah, man. But hey, do you have any last words before we leave?
No, man, just to you guys, I appreciate you working with me. Your patience as this week was pretty tumultuous. But I'm glad we got to make it work, and thanks to Amy for letting me
Yes.
keep her up late or whatever using this space.
Shout out to Amy. Shout out Christine. Miss Fashionista there. So just want to let you know.
And again, thank you guys, everyone in the chat, everyone who's going to be watching this tomorrow or the next day or whenever you watch this, man. We really do truly appreciate this. And again, man, we want to keep this going. So sharing is caring. So
Yes, it
again,
is.
like, subscribe, share, and all that stuff because it really goes a long way. Uh, so thank you, everyone. Thank
Yes.
you again from the bottom of our heart, man. We really do appreciate everything and all of you guys in the bike life community, man.
2022 is going to be a great year. It don't matter. Even if bad things are going on, it's still great. You're still here. You still got to do what you got to do, guys. So yeah. Before we go, I just wanted to scroll. PJ, can you scroll down real quick, please? Just scroll. No, oh, you can't see my
The chat.
chat. Oh no, he can't see my. Oh, he can't see my. Apparently there was somebody. We saw it earlier, but somebody passed away. I guess this morning. Is she vacuuming? But yeah, somebody passed away. I believe today. I just saw it on the chat room. I don't know where it's at right now, but I just wanted to give some time on that. I guess from the Fallout Riders.
Oh man.
Somebody passed away.
Says Starman Larry. Oh man, that's crazy.
Starman Larry. That's his name.
Yeah.
Okay, so this, like I said, we always have this show. We have this show to share. We have this show to talk about bike life stuff.
Larry Starman.
Larry Starman. We have this show to that everyone's connected to. Bikes connect us all, and everyone that rides bikes. We all care about you guys. But when we hear news like this, we always want to give a moment of silence for somebody who passed. So just wanted to give where'd it go? Give a rest in peace to Larry Starman. So I just want to give a 10 seconds moment of silence, please. All right, guys. So yeah, so we give that respect to our riders, respect to our families, respect to everybody. Anything that we can possibly do to help out and whatever, that's why we're here. So, but yeah.
Yo, man, that was crazy when we did that light flash.
The light flickered, right?
Saw that.
I did. I saw that too.
Crazy, man.
That was Larry saying thank you, guys. That was Larry
crazy.
thank you.
Hey, but again, man, thank you, Deven. Yeah, a lot of people are going to appreciate this podcast today, man. Thank you for coming on.
Good one.
Yes, sir.
Hey, like
Thanks,
I always
guys.
say, man, thank you very much for coming on. And like I always say on this show, if you ain't got a bike, get a bike. Stop being lazy in your goddamn life when we out of here. Hey, Deven, please bring out a YouTube page. Do something. Let us see some things. Hey, don't forget this video at the end of the show. We out. Don't hang up.
All right.
Just what? Don't press the button, nothing?
Right.
Okay.
All right.
Remember, if your foot touches the ground, you lose. Okay, go. You lost.
Yeah, I figured that would happen.
You lost.
See, I was better that
Now,
time.
see, I told you you're going to have to get used to me saying you lost. You lost. Deven, 8 months, 5 minutes a day.
I know.
You lost. I had a guy try it for 2 hours. You lost. I'm tired of saying you're losing. You might as well give up, Deven. Deven, your brain will not adjust.
I know.
No.
I watched the video. I'm aware. So today we're taking the Studebaker out for just a short ride around the neighborhood. And over the next couple of weeks, we're going to start testing its range using mostly the electric just to see how far it can go. And so I'll tie in another video at the end of the ride and see what we did today. All right, so we went almost 3.5 miles just doing circles around the blocks and stuff. And the lights, they're saying it's about half full or on, but I don't know how accurate that is. So that's good test for today. 3.5-ish miles. That might mean that this thing can't really do like a second Saturday bike ride, but it would still be good for shows and or parades, I guess. Not that I was planning such things, but yeah. Next ride, we'll try for more like 5 miles, 6 miles, and see. Second Saturday bike rides are usually around 10 miles, give or take. So we'll see if it can go that high. And this was with me doing very, very little pedaling. This was me almost exclusively the electric. So if I'm pedaling, that would help.
It's a bike life.
I'm going ape shit.
It's a bike life road call.
Wicked ways.
It's a bike life road call.
Patina Customs.
It's a bike life road call.
Asylum bike.
It's a bike life road call.
Red ride.
It's a bike life road call.
LDR.
It's a bike life road call.
Warm.
It's a bike life road
Scrap
call.
Faza.
It's a bike life road
This
call.
is bike life.
It's a bike life road call.
Road
It's
rage,
a bike
road
life
rage.
road call.
Light it up,
It's a
light
bike
it
life
up.
road call.
Coda Customs,
It's a
Coda
bike
Customs.
life road call.
Sinister,
It's a bike life road call.
Bayou Cruisers.
It's a bike life road call.
Pianitos,
It's a bike life road call.
the Taínos.
this goes out to all our fallen riders. You will be missed. You will be missed. Bike life.
Just what is it that you want to do?
Well, we want to be free. We want to be free to do what we want to do. And we want to get loaded. And we want to have a good time. And that's what we're going to do.
Well, wait, baby, let's go.
Yeah, catch me riding in the street, pushing